Hi, my name is Aneta. I'm a songwriter on my YouTube channel at Aneta Songs, and now on my podcast, Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. My format of my podcast is as such. I will be presenting my original songs, then I will be telling stories from my life, interesting stories, and then I will be talking about some interesting times, living in interesting times. So that's the format of my podcast. And now I will present to you my song, which reached 61,000 views. And the name is Special Birthday Baby Song, which I wrote and it's dedicated to you know who. Here's the song. Happy birthday to you, baby. Happy birthday to you, baby. President of the world, oh dear baby. Happy birthday, Donald baby. Anxious baby, precious baby, Intel baby, business baby. Now listen to this, you gotta listen to this. Listen to this, you gotta listen to this. You're 9 years old and you've been told, so make no fuss, so we slap your ass. Tarzan baby, big strong baby, Donald baby, birthday baby. On Friday born, you would take it all. On Friday born, you would love them all. Happy birthday, feeling baby. Happy birthday, orange baby. Happy birthday, Donald baby. Happy birthday to you. Hello again, my dear listeners and dear people and future subscribers to my new podcast, Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. And my name is, of course, Aneta. Now, this song that you've just heard, Special Birthday Baby Song, was written 14th of June this year, on the occasion of the birthday of a very important person. You know who. And the age of the person is 9 years of age, 9 years old in that song, because I took away the first digit of the real age, which is 79. And I did that because long time ago when I created the very, very mother birthday baby song of all the birthday baby songs, it was about the balloons and the person who was 55. It was difficult to keep those balloons all together, so we popped one away and we left with one. And now, to make the person feel better, it's like he is 79, but he's 9. And if you're 45, you're 5. If you're 25, you're 5. If you're 20, you're 0, which means you're just born. That's how it works with the birthday baby song. But this is a special birthday baby because it was originally a different name of that song, but we had to change it because it was such a special person that had to be named Special Birthday Baby Song. That's all about that song. Okay, now, and how we wrote it, a little bit about myself. Like I said, I was on a YouTube channel with 16,500 subscribers. Okay. Hope that you are listening to me now and coming to my podcast, Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. And like I said, I will be presenting you each time with different song from my YouTube channel, which you listened to before. There are 15 songs on the playlist, which you can also view. Each one is re-recorded live, except for Water, which is with the slideshow, but it's a very beautiful slideshow, so we left it like that. And also, I will be telling you stories about how I wrote the song, and then something else, such as, like I said, who I am. I'm a songwriter, but I was also a guitar player and a singer. And I started playing and singing and writing when I was approximately 16 years of age. Okay. And I've been doing it for quite some time now. And I decided to do my originals and put them on YouTube and now on my create my podcast, Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. And now I would like to say something else, that I am also a little bit of an activist, and I am very deeply touched by what happened to excellent comedian Jimmy Kimmel, and we don't like it. We want a freedom of speech, and we are with him, and we'll be watching an excellent program very soon on TV with Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, and probably Seth Meyers too, my favorite comedian as well, and all of the other people will join. That's all I wanted to say for now in my podcast. Sorry about that. I didn't expect that I will be so touched by what happened. It just reminds me of something, as I call it, deja vu, from my youths that I spent beyond Iron Curtain. You know what I mean? So that's why. That's what it reminds me. And I don't like it a bit. I don't like it a bit. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. And also, I'll be telling you some other stories from my life, like how I was crossing the borders in between different countries and what was happening, stuff like that. And I have a song that I wrote about it too, which I will present. So each time I'll be talking about something, it will be a song that I wrote. Because basically, whatever happens around me, I write a song about it. All right? And my lyrics is very important to me. So you should listen to the song through the end, because it's really like it changes with the from verse to verse, from the line to line. Okay? And although the melody sometimes is the same, but the lyrics is very different. Therefore, it's important to see the entire song. And that's all about my lyrics of my songs. And the melody is also very unique and different, so it's very good to hear all the songs, because this will give you the idea who I am and what is dear to me. And what is dear to me is freedom of speech, equality of people and between people, and no harmful religions. Okay, that's all. So that's Aneta from podcast Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. And Forget Me Not because it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flower with very vivid and almost fluorescent deep blue color. You can find it in the forest. Yes. Thank you very much again, and bye-bye, and see you next time.
That's not very long. So now your total isn't even 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
That's 7 minutes 40 seconds, or say
Okay.
7 minutes 30 seconds. Not
Okay.
even counting how long it took to get us started. So it's
Okay.
more about 5 minutes. You just did 5 minutes.
Okay. Maybe I can do another one. Or you can add it to it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you should start off by saying, maybe I'll tell you a story about crossing the border in Soviet Union and Poland and Canada.
Yes.
And tell that story.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. $17.3. 17.8. That's not bad. Yeah, okay. How many thousand views? All right. Okay. When do I start?
Anytime you want.
Aha, okay,
I
all
don't
right.
know what you're
Sorry,
reading for.
sorry about that.
Just go ahead.
Hello again. This is Aneta from the podcast Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. I just wanted to add something to it, some story about crossing the borders, my crossing the borders from my youth and from the also youth, but not that long ago either. So, first, when I was studying in Soviet Union, then I graduated, and well, I was given back my passport and all the documents and stuff like that. However, somebody, when I reached the border between, and I was traveling by train from Minsk in Belarusia up to southern border there to Poland, southern portion of Poland, and then to Wrocław, where I was proceeding to where my parents residing at. Well, the train has to stop because they changed the chassis underneath, all right, because it's wider and now it's more narrow. They have to change it, takes hours to do that. And at this time, they were checking out my papers, and it appeared that I had no stamp in my passport. Therefore, the guy told me that I cannot proceed and go anywhere. I have to stay here, and it's gonna take a long time, and they don't know how long, and they have to contact the authorities in Minsk, etc. Blah blah blah, the usual bureaucracy, and So I decided to say that I'm not gonna wait for that, so I kind of took that passport from the desk without the stamp in it, and I decided to run for my life towards the train where my girlfriend was sitting over there with my luggage waiting. We were studying together at that time, and tell her that I'm coming just to get ready, open the door, and I jump into the train, all right? Before the train starts moving towards Poland. And as I was running, I was stopped, of course, by, like I would say, 4 or 6 officers laughing hysterically away because they were already observing me from before. And of course, everybody radioed to each other about my running, right? The trip towards the train. And when they stopped me, they in Russian they asked me, "Куда вы идете? Куда вы бегаете? Куда вы бегаете?" No, what can I say? I told them that I'm going to the train, and that's where my luggage is, and I have to go over there and travel. And they said that I cannot go anywhere because I have no documents and I have no stamp in the passport, and that's it. I'm being detained now, and I have to go. So I said, at least can I inform my girlfriend that my luggage is there? And they say, yeah, we can do that. So they escorted me over there. And of course, under the escort of 2 or 3 officers, I told my girlfriend that she has to travel with the luggage and land wherever she was going to, which was the same city as I was there too, going to. And my parents, who knew nothing about it, were actually they met her at the railway station. Yeah, like everybody left already when she landed with my luggage, because of course I wasn't there, only my luggage was there at the railway station. And poor parents with that all big huge suitcases, it was like 8 suitcases, huge ones, over there to be carried. And my poor parents had to carry it all the way home. Yeah, well, it was actually a 10-minute walk distance, but still it's very heavy, 8 suitcases. They were in shock. Meanwhile, I was spending nice time with the officers at the railway station at the border between Soviet Union and Poland. And finally, they got a phone call, and they determined and confirmed my identity, that I am such and such person. That time I was Hannah and my maiden name, and whatever name. And now they can put that stamp in the passport, and I can go. So I actually spent 12 hours over there without anything to eat, anything to drink, just 12 hours. And after that, I got on a train, and I was traveling on the train. When I arrived to Wrocław, and my parents again came to meet me at the station, of this time I was there in the flesh. I felt like I uh, got off the boat. I felt so dizzy, because when you spend so many hours, on a train and stuff, that you feel really dizzy, very tired. So that was one. And the other one was here when I landed, when I traveled from Poland to Canada through Netherlands, and I took the plane from Amsterdam to Toronto. And in Toronto, it was so nice. People were so nice to me when I landed and everything, blah, blah, blah. I spent 2 hours over there helping the other lady to speak with other immigrants who didn't speak any English, etc., etc. So I was like a Samaritan helping everybody over there. And then it was time for me to go and take a plane from Toronto to Ottawa. Okay, everybody was wondering why I'm doing that, because I could take simply some bus and go there, but I didn't know. So I took plane, and the plane was detained. We had to wait so many hours that. Meanwhile, when I landed, finally, that I got the destination from Toronto to Ottawa, and I landed in Ottawa. They took all the documents, and I'm sitting waiting and waiting and waiting, and nobody's coming out of the office to give me my passport. So I'm kind of decided to get up and knock on the door and enter, which I did because I was very tired after such a long flight on airplane, right? And being puffed in my face for 12 hours altogether. No, actually, sorry, it was 10 hours of the flight, puffed with the smoke of some guy, Netherlands person, Dutch person, okay, who was smoking all the time, and I was green when I landed. Anyways, so I entered that office, and I said, "What is going on? What's up?" And they said to me they cannot allow me to go anywhere because there's no stamp in my passport. Yeah. So, déjà vu. So I'm saying, well, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem that somebody didn't put the stamp in my passport. And how is it happen? And I said, well, I was helping people over there, and a nice lady probably forgot to put the stamp in my passport. So you should contact that nice lady and tell her that this and this and this happened, and she cannot do something like that in the future. But you should let me go and sleep somewhere ASAP before I collapse. That's what I told them. So they look at me, look at my document, look at me, look at my document. And they decided to put that stamp in the passport. But before they did that, they said to me also that there's another solution what they could do with me. They put me on a plane to United States of America, where I would land there, sit there for a while, and then from States re-enter Canada. But we don't know how long I would stay in States before I would re-enter Canada. Maybe immediately, maybe not. Who knows, eh? So I said, absolutely not. That is not going to happen because I'm coming here to Canada and not to some United States of America. Sorry. That's not happening. Well, so, again, discussion for like an hour, and then again they were discussing, and then decided to put that stamp in my passport. And then two guys from Immigration Service, very nice people, who were getting up also twice to meet me at 6 o'clock in the morning in Ottawa, right, to meet me over there on the plane. They escorted me, they drove me to a hotel. It was that Beacon Arms Hotel on Albert Street in Ottawa. Look at that, I remember that. It was some time ago, and I spent very nice time over there, sleeping on a nice pillow, okay, a nice bed, and I was resting. Yeah, and it was my day when I landed. Yes, without stamping my passport. Yeah. So that shows that no matter where you are, you feel like at home, because the problems are always like same old, same old. So you just smile and you feel like at home. That's it. So that would be my story about passports. So you watch out when you get your documents, double check, triple check, quadruple check each page from the first one through the last one. I'm telling you, do that. Spend some time on it. Yeah, before you leave uh, one destination to get to the other. So that's what be my advice to you. And other than that, I have some stories to tell you what that will be in the future. And the song Border that I wrote, you could listen to it. It's a nice song, got 17,000.8 views, many likes, and what do you call it? And I wrote it some time ago as a guitar, which I'm playing over there. And then for some reason, something happened and some two lines were missing. Like you can hear something in the background, but wow. And I'm thinking what to do. So I decided to do it a cappella and remember the tempo. And I got it. I got it. And I covered it up one line with another. And the song was saved. Because it's a good song. So I highly recommend Border that you can listen to. Somebody from my subscribers said that was spooky, the lighting, because I'm using the electric candles over there. And electric candles are really a good invention. You don't burn anything at all, right? Don't cause any fire, but it's nice and it changes colors. You can program it, and you buy it where? I don't know. Probably in the dollar store or something like that, right? They have stuff like that. And it's very beautiful. So I use it almost for each song that I have. You will see it when you will look at it. Yes. Yeah. Especially my live singing. All right. And also with the slideshow, but also my slides live singing. The candles will be there of different colors. That's all. Yeah. Thank you very much. And it's Aneta from Forget Me Not at Aneta Songs. So I hope you're not gonna forget me. Thank you.